Hello Collective, thanks for joining me. I hope you're all doing well. So we are going to just take a look at the current energy and see what we're dealing with. As always, thank you to those who have continued to support my channel, and welcome to those who are new. So there's been a lot of developments, so it'd be interesting to see what comes forward. So we've got spiritual strength, number 9, so karmic completion. So this will be either a confirmation for yourself, or it will help piece some information together that you're trying to work out. Spiritual strength is showing, doesn't matter if you're religious or not, the spiritual strength is the protection, like God sees all, no matter what that word represents to you in whatever form you picture it to be. There is a religious element connected to this as well. So yeah, let's see. Yeah, the spiritual strength is showing also a need to move forward without fear. So it's like something could be connected to religion, let's say, for example, and there could be an element of, no, don't go there because you're going to do whatever, upset someone. That spiritual strength is letting you know that you can override that, because it doesn't matter about religion, belief, or whatever, as long as you are walking in your truth and you can back that truth up. You've got full spiritual protection. So let's see. We've got material and spiritual prosperity. We've got transformation, and we've got choose wisely. So that choose wisely is like what I've just been saying about being made to feel a certain way. So you're being guided to stand your ground. Material and spiritual prosperity is also, with this spiritual strength, calling in spiritual wealth. There's a situation that has been driven by material prosperity, material wealth. There's also a connection to dismantling somebody's material wealth in a way of trying to shame someone that may be significant. Or so obviously we know if your financial stability is affected, then the knock-on effect of what you have access to, or the way that you can proceed forward with anything that you're wanting to, it becomes disabled. So there's something, whatever this is that's coming forward, something that was supposed to end, a spiritual material prosperity was supposed to come to an end, but because of choices and decisions that were made and not made, instead of an ending, there was a transformation. So a transference of wealth and a transference of energy. There's something about energetic signatures as well, which is where the spiritual strength comes to. So if there's a situation connected to you, energetically you are linked to that situation until there is a resolve, or until whatever plays out. Look, that fell in the reverse, so we will keep that there. So sudden wealth in reverse. So something that was supposed to come to you, or was a life path, soul path, something along those lines, was stopped and restricted for whatever reason. Let's see. So some finances were held back. We won't bother with the why questions. We'll just crack on and see what comes forward. We've got change. So an ending that was supposed to happen, it hasn't come about. Time's run out long ago. Something hasn't changed. People won't change. Old, outdated belief systems not changing. Choose wisely. We've got coffin. So that coffin represents an intended ending of someone's career. It's also an abuse of power. It's also showing spiritual strength coming from beyond the grave. It's also representing an abuse of power of other people's careers that were supposed to go in a particular direction, and there was some kind of manipulation for yourself and others, where a career was brought to an end, or careers brought to an end. Getting a sense of coercion, manipulation, bullying. Expectation was at the bottom of the deck, although I did shuffle that. All right, so let's take a look. So this material and spiritual prosperity, remember this is for entertainment purposes only, and there is a disclaimer that is attached to this video. So if you're needing legal advice, or you're feeling a certain way for things that's coming up, then do your research, look into it properly, and know that you shouldn't say anything unless you can back it up. So we've got here the Nine of Wands in reverse. So something has been exhausted. So somebody's out of moves, or someone someone's exhausted, someone's out of moves. That could be or was supposed to be the intention for you, collective, but what I'm being shown is this is the situation has been exhausted, or you're being made to feel like there's nowhere else to go with a situation. And with that spiritual strength there, that's not the truth. You're being guided to keep going forward, because you are the other side of the line now. So you're not waiting for a breakthrough. You are getting confirmation as the week continues forward. You're going to receive more and more information that pieces everything together. So the exhaustion is trying to make something fit that doesn't fit, or that's how you're being made to feel, that information or actions that you're taking are pointless, they're going nowhere. So we've got here the Knight of Pentacles, slow and steady wins the race. Also, it's showing here a need to follow the money, or follow the blueprint, follow the pattern. So there's something about patterns. So you could be a generational curse breaker, but a generational situation changer. Yeah, fill in the blanks of what you need, but you're here doing something different. You're breaking a cycle is what's being shown. Something about following the money and following a blueprint pattern. So whatever these represent, whatever has happened to you, collective, you're also mirroring a formula, blueprint that has happened to others. What I'm being shown is there is a gathering of people that have experienced the same endings or same blocks or same attacks to either their career path or their financial stability, their reputation, something like that. That there's people all experience the same coming together. So something has been watched and followed for a long time, but maybe people too afraid to speak out because the size of whatever this is so enormous that one person on their own just possibly couldn't tackle it, and let alone prove it. So there's something about proof coming forward, and because a pattern of behavior is always the same, then it just is a domino effect, just like we're seeing here. It shows a consistency of how something's done. The proof coming together is the links of the different organizations involved, and possibly the same religious group. Doesn't have to be. If it is religious, it's the same religious group that links up, or it's the same companies that are interlinked. So you would get a sense of Freemasons, but maybe that they don't have to be Freemasons, but that would be the template, the blueprint type energy of how they're interlinked and how it works, that type of thing. So something shrouded in secrecy, and people fearful of speaking out because if they choose to do so, then their careers are ended. So the cycle being broken is that's going to be exposed. We've got the Seven of Swords in reverse. So whatever's been going on, deception behind the scenes, something that wasn't changing, is now coming out into the open. People are able to see it. It feels people have already spoken up, so this could be part of a situation that you're now going to be brought into the bigger picture, because information you have either helps clear somebody for an accusation or a link that is being made to look like them, but it isn't. You may well have a missing piece of the jigsaw that can come in and clear their name, something about that. So false accusations that can't be proved, but with the spiritual strength, information coming from unlikely sources. You may have knowingly or unknowingly had some kind of financial investigation. It could have looked like it was check-in to do with something about assets, properties, or whatever. You could have given permission to be looked into for normal reasons, whatever it is. But unbeknown to you, there is a linking up and checking who's involved, who's linked, and there's an investigation following finances. So I know that we've been seeing a lot in the readings of finances being sent abroad, and also extreme finances placed in redevelopments or refurbishments of homes or cars or something like that. It's like being hidden in assets, as people do, obviously. But there's something about the finances and how it's come about. So obviously you're not going to know all the ins and outs of that, because it's something that's been hidden that's now come into light. We've got Temperance, which is just a clarification of that spiritual strength. There was a need for patience, so that could be a message for yourself. If you are waiting for justice, let's say, or for more information, your patience will have paid off or is paying off, or this is confirmation for you that there is now movement within a stalemate situation. So Temperance, you're being told to stay emotionally balanced. There could be something about your mental health being brought into question, that you're imagining something, but whatever it is, to get to this stage, remember that spiritual strength, that Temperance is a spiritual presence, that things are going in your favor. If there was anything that was supposed to take you out of the game, let's say, or make your character or your word or something not credible, then that's not going to be able to stick. We've got the Hanged Person, so something's definitely been illuminated and coming to light. Again, I'm being shown either a block of finances, so if it's looking into destabilizing people's finances, or a hidden tactics to take out competition, or to just dismantle people's life paths, let's say, that it'd be like, well, if they were as good as what they say they are, or suppose they would have been further on ahead, that's because of all of the tactics going on in the background. I'm picking up specifically as well something to do with a rapper, that their career should have been further, or their life path was that they were destined to be bigger than they were. They may get some kind of exposure, but what I'm being shown is it's nowhere near the exposure that it should have been. This is down to jealousy tactics that have happened to them. So what I'm being shown is they've had a lot of personal problems, or so it was made to see. But what the spiritual visions that are coming forward on this particular person's life is that it was made to look that way, but really it was jealousy orchestrated against that person. So light bulb moment going off for people, restrictions are being lifted, and also higher guidance coming in. We've got here the Three of Wands, so like we're being shown that there's it's not waiting for ships to come in. You are at the dock, the port. This is it. You've already arrived. You're now you've got off the ship, you're on the other side, you've made a breakthrough. There's definitely some kind of a court case that's either going on or extended, delayed. There's more information coming through. I'm being shown floodgates opening with more information. So it's like somebody being called as a witness. They turn up, and the things that they come out with then open the doors to pull more in. So something about a vacuum. we've got here the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So something, again, scarcity tactics being used, a block of finances, scarcity tactics, fear of being taken down a legal route. It's like, well, you couldn't take it down the legal route because your finances are blocked. Again, that's not going to matter if that's the case for you. I'm also being shown that this Queen of Pentacles is also a King of Pentacles in reverse, and they can mirror the same storyline, something along those lines. Something about being shamed over finances. It's like, well, if you were successful, you would have all of this. Yes, that's the norm, but what's being overlooked is all of the tactics that have gone on in the background. So something about, yeah, I'm being shown books. So someone could be studying law, or someone isn't connected to law but they study law books. So it's always looking for the loopholes, or as long as I don't do this, then I know I'm gonna be safe. That doesn't come into it at the minute. Like we're seeing, God sees all is the saying that keeps coming forward. So if somebody is trying to navigate their way through the system, what they're overlooking is the spiritual protection over this situation for the life paths that are connected to it. The soul paths are connected to this, regardless of religion, race, belief, male, female. There's lives that are interlinked, that were here for a purpose and a mission, and they've been derailed for whatever reason. So now that's powering back online. So something's online. There's digital footprints of sabotaging, things like that. Again, it doesn't matter whether you're male or female, collective, whatever you're identifying here, you can be sure that there's others that are also experiencing or have experienced the same. But the key point here is the people involved. The stories are all connected from that business, that person, or that industry, something like that. So it's like linking up. Someone could have a dance academy, doesn't have to. They could provide dancers, dance troupes, different things that could be masking quite a lot. Then you've got weddings, people go into weddings, you've got DJs playing at weddings, or production companies, that type of thing. Everyone all interlinked, but the coercion, the intimidation, the fraud, and the dismantling of people's credibility and their career pathway. It's like a real sense of bullying, or your face doesn't fit, or you're not in the clique. So yeah, but this is the thing, the strength and the power of the spirit realm. All of that side doesn't come into it, because somebody's pathway, somebody's destined living their life purpose will be, if they're not consumed with being derailed, which this is going to be showing, or this situation is connected to multiple people have experienced that at the hand of this Seven of Swords energy. So let's see. Yeah, we've got Four of Cups. So offers being held back. Again, that sense of you'll never work in this town. Paying others, so, like filtering work through So what they're saying is, say if you're a singer, for example, that you may have either rejected a contract because you were literally given slave labour, or it didn't benefit you. You were strong enough to turn that contract down, but your punishment for not signing with a particular producer or record label, or work for a particular agency or something like that, because you were brave enough to turn something down, your punishment would be that they make sure that everything bypasses you always. So paying above and beyond to everyone around you, and you've just got to sit there and know, well, did I lose my chance? No, you didn't lose your chance. It's coming back round again. People are being removed from particular industries because what comes with their false mask of butter wouldn't melt, that they've got squeaky clean personas, that's how they present, that they're untouchable. What's coming forward are people that are now taking a much deeper look into a systematic abuse, that type of pattern of behaviour. People are now taking a deeper look into it. So it could be a private investigation company. You could work for that. You could have set your own one up. You could have had a few people come forward, and they are giving their time, their services for free, so that they can build a case with you and be assistance to a huge corruption that's going on, possibly. So there's something within that. You could be linked to it, or this is what's coming forward that's going to shed light on why something that couldn't be explained or couldn't properly be proved, why that was, because it was so hidden with that Seven of Swords behind the scenes, money being passed under the table. We're seeing as well that people that are suffering from mental health, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a doctor, but what's being shown are people that are suffering from mental health that may not be diagnosed for it, or maybe they are and it's hidden, are being sent in to derail people's lives. It's like, oh well, that type of thing. So there's something about enforcing something, intimidation. Yeah, we've got the 10 of Pentacles, so generational wealth, like bratty kids that are able to feel that they can just pay their way to stample all over people. That doesn't matter, because it doesn't trump spiritual wealth. That's what it's coming down to now. People may have gone above and beyond to get everything they can materialistically, but then when it comes to this temperance energy, balancing something out, they're seeing that they are spiritually broke. So a lot of finances being removed because of the way that they were gained, and that's where the spirit realm are coming in. So a lot of closing out cycles, a lot of healing generational shame and wounds that shouldn't have been there, a lot of passings. We've got transformation, we've got coffin. So there's a lot where this I'm being shown 2023 to now and 26, a lot of passings, a lot of males have passed. I'm also being shown that now it's not that it's transferring to females and not any reason of whatever, but what I am being shown is a lot of males have passed, then it's going to seem like it's a lot of females passing. There is a particular female that's a mother figure that feels that their health isn't too good right now. They do have some kind of spiritual healing going on, so it may be that a particular religion or faith that she's connected to, if that's the case, someone's praying over her, or people, or it's like, oh, can you send a prayer out for my mum or my auntie or my grandmother or something like that. I'm being shown this particular person, their health is up and down. Could be emotional as well, anxiety and stress. There's a domino effect happening from there. So yeah, that's for someone. So finances, if you're expecting finances, collective, wherever you're expecting that from, it's not going to come from the place that you're expecting, but it is coming forward, because whatever it is you're doing, or whatever you're part of, whatever this represents for you, you're going to be clearing somebody's name, and it's that then opens the doors. So remember, you're not waiting for a breakthrough, you've already broken through something, or at least in the spirit realm you have. It's all locked down, it's all sorted, you're just now literally seeing it materialize, which was what that Three of Wands are. It's coming into fruition if it's not already there or started to appear. Whatever this situation is, it's so much bigger than people have realized. This is why maybe some people have been aware of it or connected to it, but it's just too mammoth of a situation, and those that are implicated and dragged in, or those that have been taken out of the game, whether it's physically, spiritually, or just their business, so things can't be proved. We saw the Nine of Wands, so trying to exhaust people's resources, their time, their energy, their credibility, trying to slow a process to make it look like something's not happening, that something's not progressing, that something just should be given up on or quit. In the background, you've got the Seven of Swords, the intimidation, the pressure, the constant harassment. All of that links up, all of that is energy that's been built. So now it's kind of like a fireworks display, that one goes off and then it sets the whole box off, or floodgates are opened, or a massive lid off of a whole can of worms, or even a snake pit. People are going to start seeing, well, that's why I don't trust people in the first place. That's not the way to move forward. We're trying to move into a time where we can put our guard down without feeling that putting our guard down means that we are open for attack, or we're an easy target just to make someone else look good. We've got people acting bigger than they are, thinking they're more influential than they are, and abusing their position of power. They're about to be ripped from that exact position. We've got people that are promoting themselves as helpers and religious and they're being exposed for you were nothing of the sort at all, bringing shame to congregations. Something about plastic images. So we've got here the Two of Cups. You're helping somebody and you're helping to restore balance. You may not be connected, you may not know each other, or you may not realize that you are a part of each other's story in a transformation that's coming about. Something that because it's on a soul path connection, whether you believe in the same thing or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. There's a connection that is mirroring, that's the same. This is where you've got ancestors in the spirit realm. We're feeling like, oh, don't talk to them, or we're not to do. That's not how it is in the spirit realm. There's lots of religions or beliefs or whatever it is that all work together back in olden days, ancient times, history, beginnings, and whatever it is. And so in the spirit realm, that is also the how it works the same. It's about the respect, working together. They're not going over with holding on to animosity, because they can see a bigger picture and how it all works. So what's being shown is ancestors from people that aren't their race, or that aren't their faith, their religion, their belief, are helping that bloodline or that situation, because it's healing and closing wounds, or it's repaying whatever debt needs to be paid in the spirit realm. That's their way of clearing things. It's happening with all of everybody. So those that are here in the physical have no clue what's being sorted in the spiritual. That's why when you've got like elders or true top spiritual advisors, spiritual guiders, all that sort of thing, that those that actually know how it works, not using and abusing their power, not turning a blind eye because of, oh, it's about protect my own and fuck that person over, or turn a blind eye to them. That's not how it works. So this is why people that felt that they were untouchable are now seeing, no, that's not the case. So we've got the Two of Cups. Two lives are intertwined or interlinked for whatever way they may not know, but they are a piece of each other's jigsaw. So it says Two of Cups. I'm not picking up like twin flame or that type of thing. It's literally that one person will be an example for another one. So like if it's like animosity about, I don't know, whatever you do, or whatever religion, whatever faith or a belief or something like that, or men against women, or same-sex related, some kind of something, it's like this person will be an eye-opener to the other person and vice versa. So unlikely allies or information or something like the key to getting along or laying something to rest lies in the other camp. It can't be accessed, it can't be closed down, it can't be healed unless there's that cooperation. And that's what's happening here. It's that Two of Cups. Two people's lives have been derailed on purpose to stop that happening. This is why you've got the spirit realm are coming in, and it doesn't matter whether it's your ancestor, my ancestor, or blimmin' God knows who, where they've come from. It doesn't matter. This is bigger than what those that are still here moaning, whinging, being greedy, fucking over and all of that type of thing. It's bigger than those people. People have sat on their high horse for long enough now. People have sat and or said that they would get to a position of power, they would do this, and they've breadcrumbed the bare minimum when they know they could have done more. It's all about self-serving. Yes, they may have set up businesses of, look all the happiness that I'm bringing to people's lives, but in the background they've got their foot on people's throats. There's a group of King of Swords in reverse. that type of personality is what I'm talking about. Doctor Who's Daleks. So we've got the Two of Cups. Yeah, and the Two of Pentacles. Nothing changing. There's people that are aware of this situation that I'm talking about that will not stop coming up, regardless of how many are trying to psychologically say, oh, just give it up, stop, blah, blah, blah. A message that needs to come out because it's nothing about your selfish life. It's about the making a change or a difference in someone else's life. It's about moving people out of the way so those that are meant to be can come forward. Nothing's changing, so something unorthodox gets thrown into the mix to open the floodgates, to shed a light, or to break up that dense, corrupt energy. Someone that's not scared of the threats that come forward, the intimidation, the harassment, the defaming, all of that. Someone that doesn't give a shit about that, that's happy to stand in their truth because they know as long as they are telling the truth, then they are spiritually protected. There may well have been demonstrations of that fact already. So what's happening is already in motion. It's just, it may look slow to others, but it's because the slower it's been, the bigger the situation is another way for it to be framed. This isn't just one or two moving parts. This is massive. A lot of travelling back and forwards through different countries. That links everything else in. So, nothing changing. And then we've got the Six of Pentacles. So, that Two of Cups, Two of Pentacles is a stabilizer because it's like the Four of Pentacles, which could be finances being held back, that sudden wealth being held back, or a crossing of soul paths, which then starts the Wheel of Fortune turning, which brings a stagnant situation that wasn't changing and brings it back from the death. Almost that type of thing. So we've got here an equal give and take of something that was never supposed to be. The Six of Swords in reverse, so a situation not moving forward, people's careers or people's whatever it is, not able to move forward properly because somebody's taken it upon themselves that they want that position, or someone's face doesn't fit and they're not saying what someone wants to hear. That's the other thing. It's like moving around with a big entourage, people that feel, oh yeah, if I just lick their ass or tell them what they want to hear, and all of this fakeness that I get paid, I get work. I'm seeing something about cruise ships. Cruise ships are significant, so it's like, oh, because you're not laying down to let someone bed you, for example, then you're not getting work. So it's people having to do certain favours, or they get overlooked, or they get sidelined. Something about that. It's like dancing on a cruise ship and keep waiting to be picked, but you're always overlooked. Something like that. Music industry and backing dancers or dancers, something like that. That's where the lights come in and shining. And then don't forget as well, we've got the emperor, and then we've got like junior and senior. We've got that, so the mixture of energies. It's people say, well, that's not me, there's loads of people with the same name. This is where we're getting the confusion with the energy. Don't worry about that. That's where the spirit realm come in to bring things forward so that it can be completely identified. But the similarities will be as well. One's actually causing pain or connected to some industries that are, and another one is collecting data on how to heal that and monitoring all of that side. Something's not right, and it's coming to the forefront as well. Pain being inflicted unnecessarily. Yeah, we've got 8 of Pentacles. Somebody's work has been stopped, blocked. Finances, it's a form of trying to get them to walk away for things like this. So if you are somebody that's in communications or IT or something that's connected to this, you may have seen your business been affected in some way because somebody needs you out of the way to either use your intellectual property or to discredit you or shut your business down before it gets to this exposure stage. So those two come together. Something about keeping business books. So even if you your business has closed down or you've not been working for a while, or whether I'm touching on something that you used to do and you couldn't prove something, or you couldn't explain something, this, if you've still got your paperwork or anything linking to that, that's why you would have been guided to keep hold of it, because it's coming back round now. You're going to need it. Something about business accounts being repulled. So HMRC could be very significant when I was saying giving permission for your finances to be looked into, thinking it's something else, but because all of the laws and regulations and things have been changing in the background since 23, it's all linked. We've got here the Knight of Swords, something about impulsive behavior, abusive behavior, not changing because it's they're on a mission to take something out. They're not looking for a resolve to transform something in a positive way. It's an out and outright get rid of. This is why we've got such a presence of the spirit realm showing their strength, because something's not to be touched. So that's that. We've got here the 10 of Wands, pressure being applied in order to get someone to walk away. Somebody is at breaking point. Somebody has unfortunately fallen under the weight and the pressure, and others are have been able to hold on and are now transforming. There's some kind of glimmer of hope. It's like the straw that's broke the camel's back. It's like, fuck it, chuck all of those wands down, and that relief, the relief that something's coming out, the relief that that it's over, something along those lines. So we've got the 2 of Cups. Someone's feeling safe. Someone knows that help is there, that no, you didn't need saving, you've saved yourself. It's just that now it's all becoming apparent. Something about soul services. So yeah, breaking a chain, breaking a cycle, breaking something that was just never going to change. It takes one person to endure something, but consciously be aware. So you could have made a prayer of, if I get through this, I swear I'm gonna change that. Or if I get into a position of power or whatever, I'm gonna change that. This may well be something people have been aware of, and that's why they've done everything to make sure you don't get into a position of power, or that you're not placed where your voice can be heard, whether it's speaking, singing, preaching, coaching, or I don't know, dancing. Prostitution, to do with dance teachers, yoga teachers, people moving around under the disguise of teachers when really they're prostitutes, male and female. That's all coming out. Accountants, suspicious passings, dodgy paperwork. It's huge. So we've got here the changes coming through, the Six of Pentacles. You may be getting help behind the scenes. I keep seeing someone that they can't speak on the phone, or there's something that a communication can't happen because someone's being watched heavily, or they're paranoid that they are, or they're worried about if they do say something or do something. I keep seeing either they're showing up somewhere in the physical, or someone's got to travel. Like, okay, so I'm seeing a couple of things. I'm seeing someone that can't travel because they're being watched, so they can't go to a particular location. So someone's going on their behalf because they need to verbally give a message to others. Then there's another side where I'm seeing someone, their phone or text message, or someone is either needing help and they've got to find a way of connecting to someone without being seen. So it's like, oh, I've got to go back to my hometown for the Christmas, or to see my family, or to do this, but whilst they're there, under the cover of why they've had to go to a particular location, they're putting a note through the door, or they're contacting someone, or they're doing whatever, or something like that. Somebody is traveling somewhere to give verbal instructions of what's supposed to happen next, what's coming next, or someone's traveling somewhere because they need to get help and assistance, but they've got to do it Seven of Swords behind the scenes. So their life could be in danger, or they may feel that. So that's a couple for some of you. So we've got here the Magician, being made to feel like something's not manifesting when actually it is. There's the manipulation that's going on. This being made to feel, oh, not to do with black magic or whatever. What's also coming out is some real dark rituals that's been going on. So like old magic or old rituals or things like that. So again, another reason why nothing's working or nothing works. This feels like representing something being made to look like it's not manifesting. So give up, don't bother. And that's not the case. The reality of it is flip that round, because everything is going on. It's just going on in the background, and manipulation isn't working. So financial manipulation, people can't get paid to do bidding now because they can see that there's a pathway. This is showing money transactions overseas and payments being made there. Someone can't explain where money's come from and how they've been able to not do what they're doing. Something, obviously there's just that black story, but I'm on about someone literally cannot explain either a couple of payments or whatever, because it doesn't match up with something else. But they wouldn't have been able to preempt that because they don't know how long they've been watching for, or maybe a business or a contract didn't go through, or something didn't happen. This is the part that they wouldn't know that's coming back to haunt them. People are being linked to things that are being resurrected from the dead, literally. So we've got here the Two of Swords, all of the twos. Twos are significant. 2, 2, 2. It's like change, stagnant energy. Something that's not changing is now moving, which is the Wheel of Fortune. This Two of Swords, there was a confusion or a block before. Now there is payments or money that's flowing that's unblocking something, or there's no confusion about who was paid to do what. Yeah. Who was paid to do what? Seven of Pentacles. You've been caught up where people have been rewarded for not investing in you or for overlooking you, and it's connected to spiritual, financial shame. So it's like destabilizing your home life, your career and your finances, whatever profession you're in or whatever it is that you do, being made to feel like you've done something, so this is the karma that you're getting, when really it's not. It's been set up and orchestrated. So yeah, you get some people that are like, well, you attract whatever. Yeah, you do attract whatever, and it's for these specific situations that are exactly why it happens. Lives crossing, things like that. Is just 9 times out of 10 people never get to that end bit, because it's so much has gone into derailing someone so that their truth can't be heard, or that their lineage can't get into the position that it needs to be, where again, like we're seeing that that's all changed. People have stood on other people's heads, shoulders, and so to get to a place where they need to be, you've got even like readers that are planted in, that are working on people's psychological warfare, that side of things. The music industry, and like I touched on, DJ and things like that. There's definitely an area that's been completely apparent for me that will probably come forward. We'll take a look if it does, but I know there's readers there that were positioned, that were funneling people through to say, you're going to get a contract, you're going to get a whatever. You've got people working in the background that are making sure certain videos get in front of people, or people are position that they are seeing that video, so it works like a video. Like I've said before when I've explained how a pattern works, you've got a reader that's saying, God woke me up and told me put my makeup on and let you know that there's a contract that you're going to be signing, and go for it, be open to it. And then you've got the scammer is coming in or something along those lines, and you're redirected down, you're taken out of the game, and nobody's any of the wiser, because Yeah, because everything's the distraction, isn't it? And then what's going on is that they are then contained and put under the pressure because they've got boots on the neck, stuff like that. So something about investing, not investing, that's going to highlight as well, because it will be, well, how comes if everybody was all connected there, that one was overlooked, or that you didn't go with that, or they didn't get? And that's where there will have been past stories in the background of it's this, it's that, it's this or that. But with this spiritual strength and things that are coming to light and manipulators being removed out or whatever, it's coming back round again, and it's going to be apparent of why something was the way that it was, and not just with one person. I'm being shown bullying, like real bitchiness. So it may not be a cult that people were picking up on in the readings, like, oh, a cult of this. It's like, say for example, it was a prayer group, or it was a dance group. It's all of those mixtures of energies all in the one, but with the same focus, the same goal. So teachers association, something like that. Yeah, definitely to do with teachers. All right, so we've got here the moon at the bottom of the deck, so something's coming to light, and it's gonna be shining a light, bursting through the illusions that were there to do with finances and investing, who's invested their time, or who is, yeah, whatever. You've got the gist of what's being said, because there's a lot of people that are connected to this, and it's not going away. There you go. So thanks for watching. Bye bye.